Good morning. And it is morning. Monday morning. Why are you so late? I did one. I just don't like I don't like it. Why? Because I was whining like you are now.
We don't like a whiny Glenda.
I don't either. So. Yes, I got a haircut. It's a little wet, right? Oh, see that cowlick? I'm going to probably have that for a while.
Yeah, I'll style it for her.
Anyway, but I actually went out with a haircut this time. It was Saturday. Was it? Oh, I think it was Saturday, yeah. Anyway, and so it was really nice. It got hot later in the day, but it started out being fairly nice. So I'll tell you the rest of the story later. Let's do our morning. Good morning. This is Glenda
And Buster.
and Rosie with AKA GK Fralin.
A friendly community.
And our friendly community welcomes you. And we'll be back in a moment or two. What about the haircut that's so big that you got to tell the whole story? Well, for one thing, I went out of the house. I didn't cut it myself. I enjoyed being out of the house. It was beautiful weather. And I have just been doing so much better that every time I go a long distance, like outside, I just amaze myself.
What do you want us to do? Pat you on the back?
I'd take it. Ah, thank you guys. There, now you patted each other on the back too. It does kind of feel good, but why? Oh, because you're sweet some of the time. I'm always sweet and pink. Okay. Because you're so cute and pink, and because you're such a multicolor, handsome dog.
I'll take that.
Anyway, our niece-in-law, she's our niece, married to happens to be married to our nephew, so that makes her our niece. She was the one who cut my hair, and because she works there, and obviously, but she is so pregnant. Anyway, she's just feeling miserable. So anyway, she's ready to go. She said, any day. So I wish her well, Megan. I just hope you go soon. And there was this other gal there, her and her boy, and he was kind of, oh, not bad, just acting up a little more than she'd liked him to. And so I got to laughing at her a little bit because he was giving her a rough time about not being able to get a hold of him, if to discipline him or whatever. And I said, you know what I used to tell my kids? And she looked at me and I said, I used to tell them, I'll wait till you come back. I ain't chasing you. And she said, I always tell them I know where you eat and sleep. So anyway, I have some footage from Saturday when we came back. Anyway, we came back. I found something I think is special. At least to us it is, or to me. So I'm going to show you. It's a little clip that I took Saturday. Okay, I'm trying to get a good close-up. This is a locust shell. Dropped it. They're very fragile. Locusts come out of the ground every so many years, and I didn't realize this was a locust year. But they come out to breed, and then the pupils, or the eggs, they lay the eggs underground, I think. Anyway, you saw it. It's hard to give it that tip without it falling over. The thing of it is, when we were kids, we used to love to go and find those locust shells, and we'd take them off the trees. But they're very fragile. I was going to show you on the back end of it where the locust came out, and it's such a small little hole. And when they come out and they have, and they're growing, it must be like a baby chick coming out of the egg and unfolding its wings and just, or a butterfly coming out of the chrysalis. But anyway, their legs are very barbed on these things, and there's just so many of them. It's fun to watch them when they're, now I don't recommend trying to catch them. Some people say they carry disease. I don't know, but I just still enjoy. And I thought, well, I'm going to show a locust shell. We found it on our railing, our porch railing. And so I just kind of gently picked it off, but they crush so easily. I already had broke one leg off. Now it's on the floor. But you've seen one. So if you see the live ones this year, wait till you see their locust shell hanging on a tree or something somewhere, because they like to use that surface. And if you want to see if you can pick that little shell off without breaking it, good luck. Used to love to do that as a kid. They never last long though, because they're very fragile. Okay, before any of you get on to me about this, yes, I call them locusts. A lot of us in this area call them locusts. They are not the actual locust. They are a cicada. A locust looks so much like a grasshopper, is a type of grasshopper. And we get a lot of grasshoppers, but they're just grasshoppers. So there's a little bit of difference in appearance in the actual locusts, and they are the type that swarm. So I just don't really make the distinction, I guess. And their lifespan is so unique, or the way they are born, and the little larvae, or pupae I call them, they feed on the roots. And then when they pop, then they develop that exoskeleton and in the next stage. And when they pop out, then they get up on those trees or other, surfaces such as that, generally wooden. And they somehow get their body out of that little crack that they make on them. Of course, the shell's still wet then, but when they come out, they've got these wings. But one thing I didn't know is, because I looked it up, I looked up some of this stuff, but they do not eat at all once they come out of that shell. They, while they're in it, they will eat leaf litter. I mean, they are on top of the ground. So by what they come out, they're on top of the ground. So they will eat leaf litter or whatever's on the ground. But once they come out of that, and they don't eat again. They mate. The male puts off this really loud mating call, and it can drive people nuts if there's a whole bunch of them at once. Good night, don't let the bugs bite. Good night, sleep till it's daylight. Good night, be kind to each other. Good night, tell someone you love them. Please do, and make somebody laugh. Send a joke, or just tell a joke. I send jokes a lot of times. But I sent one yesterday to my granddaughter that may not have been as clean as I thought it was before I sent it. I didn't watch the whole thing. It was one of those GIFs. After I sent it, I went, ooh, that was maybe just a little over PG. But not like, well, for me. Are you done?
That's what I'm wondering.
I'm done. Good night. We'll see you tomorrow. Good? I'm good.
Me too.
If you would like to order one of my books, the description, go down in the description and you can find the information there. The other way you can get them is to support me on Patreon. The P at the end will show you, will take you to the Patreon page. For $5, you get a code to one book for the electronic. For $10, you get the code to both books. So just give it a look.